Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thank you for the support. So today I'm going to be just continuing with this running free Trust the Unknown. Use up these two toppers. I've got the piece of cardstock that's not foiled. I have got some other bits and pieces there, and I will be using a piece from the matching book. So I've got that one out ready, and that's the 8x8 paper pad. So let's pop all those to the side for a second. And I'm going to bring in my scoreboard, and to start with, as per usual, I've got a piece of 6x12 300 GSM white cardstock, and I'm going to score this at 4. And then, just because I've got the smaller board, I'm going to turn that round and score at 2. So I'm doing one of these gatefold cards where it's the fold is not in the middle. I do quite like these cards because they're ideal for smaller toppers. So you've got a decent size on one side to put the cardstock on, i.e. here. And then you can put a smaller topper there, and then obviously the insert on the inside is normal. So I do quite like these cards. So just pop that out the way and bring my trimmer in. So again, I'm going to be using up these 6x6 mirror mats in the rich gold, just because it matches the foiling, and you know, I've got them there, so I'm just going to use those up. So I'm not going to use them at 6x6 as usual. I'm just going to trim those down to 2 notches under the 6. And I'm just going to see, make sure that fits in there quite nicely. Just making sure it doesn't hit any of those score lines, because it will stop the actual folding of my card. So I'm going to take another one out, and for the front, so if I do 2 notches off the 6 on there, and then if I turn that round, I want 2 notches off the 4, which should go on that side quite nicely. Let's have a look. Just going to take that just a tiny piece more of that bottom bit. Yep. And then this one should be 2 notches under the 2. And I'm just going to take an extra bit off that bottom as well. So lately I had a few issues where this card wasn't cut straight, and I think that's like the supplier issue rather than me. I did sort of double check that it was square before I started today, so that's why it's just a slightly bit smaller on one side. Yeah, there we go. So we've got that bit and we've got that bit. So the next one I want to do is the piece that's going to go on here. So this is going to be 4 notches under the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3. No, not that side. Other side. You don't want to cut the horses off. 1, 2, 3, 4 notches under the 6, and that should go on this piece quite nicely. So I'm just going to take this off there. I'm a bit happier with that. Okay, and then I think for this smaller piece, I'm going to bring in that piece that we cut off from there, I think. I'm going to cut this down to just a piece that's going to be 4 notches under the 2. I'm going to keep this bit on the top. No, I'm not. I'm going to cut that bit off. So 1, 2, 3, 4 under the 6. Might have to take a little bit more. I just thought it might look weird having that border on that one side, so I've just gone with just the plain one. So just take just the tiniest bit off. That's better. Okay, and I have already previously cut the insert to 4 notches below the 6. The only reason I do that beforehand, although it is a little fluffy there, I find my trimmer here, it rips it for some reason, so that's why I do it on the guillotine rather than on this one. So now we can just start to assemble things. So the glue that I'm going to be using, which is the usual glue, I'm going to be using the Kalau all-purpose glue, which is decanted into this one, and the tacky glue, which I pop into that one. This is a Crafter's Companion one, so it is their birthday week, so if you are wanting to stock up on glues, I think a lot of them are on a 3 for 2, so it's worth doing. I was slightly disappointed that they didn't have any of the re-inkers in, because they've got a Spectrum Noir 3 for 2, and actually I had saved some money to stock up on some inks, because ideally I'd like to get the whole lot, but there are literally none on their website, so I don't know if that's something that they're discontinuing, whether there's a problem with the website, whether they just didn't want them in the 3 for 2. I have no clue, but I'm hoping that they are not discontinuing them. So, because obviously it just took me a year and, well, probably about nearly a year and 3/4 to stock, to get all of the pens, all the Illustrator pens. So I was working my way on the re-inkers. I've got about 30. So I'm just giving that a good press down. So and this is the insert, which matches the topper that I'm going to use. Yeah, so I was super disappointed, and there does seem to be quite a lot of chatter about it as well, so I'm not the only one. Quite a few people, same boat. But hopefully it's just something as simple as it's not on the website because they don't want to sell it, or maybe they are changing to a smaller bottle, because you do get, I think, 30 millilitres with in the current format that it was in for $5.99, and Copic is $7.99 for 12 millilitres. So I could understand if they were going to go to a smaller bottle, but just wish there was more information about it. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a shock to the system to see it not there when you go looking. Okay, so enough of me whinging. So I'm just going to give that a good press down. And on my layers, so these are slightly wider than my usual ones for some reason. Probably because I trimmed that extra edge off. So I do put the all-purpose glue all the way down the centre, and a little bit of tacky glue in the corners, just so that it sticks straight away. So I've still got that little bit of wiggle room. And then and this is the paper, so I need to use the Crafter's Companion sticky and glue pen. So this is the dot one. So I don't like to use these glues on papers because I find that I get a cracking noise sometimes with them. So, but it's not happened since I've used the tape pens. So we're gonna keep doing that because it seems to be working. And then I'm going to take one of these little bits, you know, when I cut the little two notches off my gold. So, and I'm just going to pop this back on. So, but I want, just give that a little trim down. So I'll just put a little mark there. And I'll just take that off with my scalpel. And for this one, I am going to turn it over if it wants to be turned over. Come on, there we go. Just going to put a couple of little bits of this tacky glue. So the reason why I'm not using the all-purpose glue is just purely because it's such a fine strip. And as I do quite often say with the all-purpose glue, you just have to be careful not to get it spilling out the sides, because it can take the shine off your mirror card. So I'm hoping that is straight-ish. Yeah, that is good. And then if we just grab the toppers, I'm going to be using the smaller one. So that's going to come across like so. And I think I'm going to save the Trust the Unknown for my next card. And then we'll have this one up there. I don't think I want to use that border. So let's have a look and see how we want this to go. So I'm not sure if I want this frame, to be fair. Let's have a look. I don't think it does need a frame. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to go quite low down. This frame, the outer frame, I'm going to put flat, and the inside, this one, we're going to put some pads on that. I'm just going to bring that in ready. So let's just see. So I can use some tacky glue, just go all the way around. And I'm just being careful not to come over this gap. So let's just turn that round. Just going to bring that over, just to make sure that that is nice and straight. And then if I come around the right way, just going to check that's pretty much where I want it to be. That's good. Okay, so this one I'm not going too high, so I'm going to use probably about 1mm or so pads, and because I know that's going in the center, I can pretty much just put them all the way down there, and then I know I'm not going to be putting anything over and where we don't want them to go. Just put that like so. Put those there a second. Glue. And just going to pop that back into its little home. So just got that tiny little bit of lift there, not too much. Okay, and then we've got this one. And I kind of feel it does need to go up here. It is the only place that can go. I think that's too busy then. And I think what I'm going to do is I am going to cut some off this. So let's just pop the same pads again onto there. A bit of glue for wiggle room time. And I just want to make sure that I have got the word strength and hope there not being cut off. So up like so. Bring in my scissors, and then I'm just going to take that off from the back. This now is more like a bit of a flag on there. So lastly, I want a couple of these gems. Again, I'm using the same ones I did last time with the clear ones. It just means I can keep this either quite masculine or quite unisex, really, is what I'm trying to say. So come in with one of these medium ones. And one of these small ones. And I think these gems came with a Crafter's Companion subscription kit. But I have got others that I have bought, just the actual gems, and they're not sticky, from AliExpress. But I just wanted to use these ones off this sheet first. Okay. So that is there, and then I am going to bring in, bear with me 2 seconds. Okay, so I have brought in the glitter overlay pen from Crafter's Companion. I know I said I wanted to keep it quite unisex, but I just want to add a little highlight through these mains, just because it's going to catch the light. It's not glittery in the sense that it's going to fall all over you and be in your face glittery. It's just a simple little highlight that's going to pick up the light when this is on a mantelpiece. And obviously this is just a hint of some light coming through. And this is matte-tastic. Obviously this kit is matte-tastic, so any of these little highlights and things, if you wanted a stamp on top of it, you can do. Yeah, there's loads of things that you can do to add that little bit extra. Just got some. And I'm not being too careful, I'm just going either over or next to like those mains. Okay, happy with that. Okay, so that's that one finished. So I don't know if you'll be able to pick up that very gentle sparkle. It is really very gentle. And then obviously when you open it up, got your insert on the inside like a normal sort of card. So that is card number 1. So I'm just going to get set up for card number 2. Okay, so for the second card, I'm starting with a 6x12 piece of cardstock, and I'm going to start by bringing in my trimmer. And because I've got measurements on both sides of this trimmer, I'm moving this edge over to 1 1/4, and then I'm moving the arrow down to 1 inch on there, and I'm cutting all the way down to 7, and then I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. So you can see my blade is not great. So again to 1 1/4. We're already at the 7, so we're going to take that down to 1. So let's pop that out of the way and bring our little scoreboard in. Little fuzzy bits. Okay, so we need to score at 1 inch and 2 inch. So I'm just going to take that all the way down. Score at 1 inch and 2 inch, and then at 6 inch we're going straight across the middle, and that should be it. I think so. We're making a little stepper card, so let's go ahead and bend those in. Hopefully, it's been a long time since I made a stepper card, and I generally don't make these. I know I forgot to do it. I didn't do the score on there. So let's bring that to there. So we need to do the 7 as well. So I knew I would forget something. There we go. So that one's going to bend down, that's going to bend up, and then what we can do is just go over all of these with a folder, and then we're going to have a card that stands like so. Okay, so let's bring our little trimmer back in. I'm going to come in. Come in with some black this time, you know. I'm going to do a little bit different. Let's do some black against that brown, just to really sort of masculine it up a bit. So I need a piece. So my first map is going to be for across here, which is going to be 1 inch by 6. So if I'm doing my normal mats, I'm going to go 2 notches under the 1 and 2 notches under the 6, and that should go onto there quite nicely. Okay, and then this piece here should still be 6 inches, I believe, but let me just grab my little ruler. So it's 5 by 3.5. So I want a piece that's going to be 2 notches under 5 and 2 notches under 3.5. That should go onto there quite nicely. And then we've got these pieces, which are 1 1/4 by 4, I believe. So let's have a look. No, it is 5. 1 1/4 by 5, and I need 2 of those. So how big is that? So that's going to be okay. So 1 1/4. So to do a map for that, I need to be 2 notches over the 1 and 2 notches over the 1, and then 2 notches under 5, 2 notches under 5. And they should fit quite nicely onto there. Okay, so let me move those out of the way and then grab my card stock. to the side. Okay, so we have got this piece, and we've got this piece, and we've got this piece. Okay, so for the mat on here, so that was the 3.5 by 5. So I think you're not going to see a lot of it anyway. So I'm just going to do 3.25 by 4 notches under the 5. This is that leather look. So that should go onto there quite nicely. So we've got that piece. And then I think for the piece that's going along, I am going to use this because it's going to be card. It's going to help that stand. So this needs to be 4 notches under the 1 by 4 notches under the 6. Let's just check that fits nicely onto there. And it does. That's another one. And then these pieces, they need to, the piece is just 2 notches over the 1 by 2 notches under the 5. So I want something lighter, so let's see what size is that. These pieces might be nice to use those up. Okay, so we need to be 4 notches under the 5, and it needs to be 1 inch. So got one there. That should fit nicely onto there. Apologies if you can hear the neighbour. Let's just use a little bit of, at least she's giggling today rather than screaming her head off. So hopefully that should quite nicely onto there. Okay. And then we've got those bits left over, so let's pop those out of the way, get my ruler out of the way, and get rid of this. And we can start to do some assembling. So I'm going to start with these outer bit first of all. And I'm still just going to put a little bit of tacky glue on those edges, just that they glue down quite nice and quickly for me. I'm just making sure I've got quite a nice straight border. Actually, I'll go ahead and glue that one on while I'm here. So again, tacky glue. And then that piece is going in and on, and nice and straight. And then we'll turn that around, do the same on the other side. Now I was kind of thinking today I haven't done a stepper card. They're not my favourite thing, to be honest with you. Anything where you're cutting your card is to get a shape is always something that makes me a bit anxious, because it just relies on you getting it right, more or less. But I just really felt like doing one, and I think I don't know if you caught the hunky-dory show today with Natalie, lovely Natalie, just banging out card shapes. There's some really nice ones on there, so I've taken a little note of them. I'm definitely going to try some in the future. And I don't know if you've seen the new decollage that's coming either, because that is stunning. And Kerry, who's one of my subscribers who messages me sometimes, you're going to be happy because there is an elephant. well, technically there's 2 elephants because you get 2 of everything, but it is a gorgeous kit. I think it's a must have for me as well, because it's got a lot of the animals I really like. So tiger, black jaguar, that was a really stunning picture of that. The wolf, the killer whales, I mean really, even like the sloth. My mum was quite fond of sloths. Randomly towards the end she started talking about them, how much she liked them. So yeah, there's that. And obviously the decollage kits are always super special, aren't they, really? But yeah, really nice. And I like the oh, it's still on there, sorry. I really, it's because I'm talking, I really like the Matastic card they had on today as well. So that money I was going to spend on Crafter's Companion is probably going to end up going to Hanky Dory, if I'm honest with you. Because I quite liked, I haven't got any Matastic Adorable Scoreable, you know, the plain colours. I have none of that. But I really like the foiled as well. Really liked it. I think Natalie did a very good job there. There we go. So that is it as it stands at the moment. Looks quite nice like that, to be fair. But let's add a little bit of something even specialer. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of these frames, but we'll pop them all out. Because as per usual, this is one that's got 3 frames. Come on. And we've got this lovely long sentiment, which is perfect for that bottom edge. Or I could use some of this as well. Oh, now see, I'm thinking about this border. Let's pop that out. Might go up the sides like that. Right, let's pop. Oh, it's fighting me. Thinking maybe having that going up there, or we could have that going across. That's definitely made to go there, isn't it? Let's pop that out of the way. And then we've got this topper, although if we keep okay, although if I keep all of the frames, they're not all going to fit on. Let's see. Now I am confuzzled. Let's think. So it does look nice like that. We could have that raised. Just wondering what else I can do with that. We've got that lovely border, so we could use that. Thinking maybe or we could go with that one. Oh, see, I'm thinking I'm not going to use that one. I'm thinking that one, that which will come over that gold frame. So I've got to try and, if I want it to go in a 6x6 envelope, I've got to make sure that that doesn't go over there, because the footprint of this card as it is 6x6. If I put it on there straight, yeah. So it's 6x6, so it needs to go in a 6, 6¼ probably just about envelope. So because I want to try and keep it like that, just for this one, what I'm going to do is put that gold frame flat, raise this up and raise that up, but I'm thinking I would like to do something with these. So let me, I know sacrilege, cutting it in half. And my thinking is either to have a piece going across like so, or to sort of have a piece coming off at the top like that. If I put it like that, then that's a nice perfect place for a couple of, or for a gem. So I'm thinking that is what I'm going to do. So let me cut that across there, and I can put that in where I want it to go. I might take a little bit more off, and then obviously this one is going to be the same, so let's match those up. Oops. So we've got that one going on that side. Nearly got confused for a second there. And then that one going on that side. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just make a little mark there where that comes off that side, and again on there, and I'm just going to snip it, and same on that one, just snip it, and then I can gently tease that gold frame out. And we'll put that to the side, that to the side. Okay. Okay, so I can come in with this. I'm going to use the tacky glue, that's what it's called. Just going to pop that in nice and straight, or straightish. And again, this one. Oops. Put that in. Nice and straight. Okay, and then again with this one, a little bit of tacky glue all the way around. If you wanted to use your Dossie tape pen, any other way you like to stick these frames down, yeah, however you want to do it is fine. Just going to take some of that excess glue off onto my hand, and then I'm going to bring that in. And press that down. And if I just grab a little bit of tissue, just because it's that tacky glue, it will just come off that frame really nicely. So we've got this one and this one. So I think I'm going to go a bit higher on this one. So let's have a nice bit of lift. So these are the Crafter's Companion pads, probably about 5mm. If they're not a 5, they're probably at 4, but they are nice and chunky. So let's see how we need one in the middle. Should be nice. So a nice bit of support there. I do tend to put a lot of pads on, so some people say you don't need to put that many pads on. I just like to feel that it's secure, so if you don't like to put as many pads on, it's, you know, you do you. that's what crafting's all about, really. You doing you. Okay, so this is nice and easy. We just have to pop that back into our frame, like so. And then I am going to have to cut these down a little bit. Oops. So let's just go straight down there. I think that should be quite nice. Need a little bit of glue. Let's put that the right way around. So put the centre, just judging it by eye. Okay, and then just deciding what we want to do. We will come back with these clear gems. Like I said, this place here is a perfect spot for a nice big one. So let's get that into there. Oops. And in. And then I'm going to put 3 there, and we'll go for these teeny tiny diddy ones that are trying to escape. One, 2, 3, and then on this side I'm putting 2, so we've got our odd amount coming on. It's got a black bit on, so I'm not going to use that one. Let me put that in the bin because I don't think I would be able to get that off even if I tried. Okay, so that's that. And then just thinking, is there anything else that I want to do with that besides pop the insert in? And I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to put any glitter in there because we've got the gilding going through, so really don't need it. Okay, so those are the 2 cards for today. So just that now just needs an insert in. I think that's probably going to be 5 by 6. Let's have a little look. Yeah, 5 by 6. So I would cut that to probably 3 notches under the 5, 3 notches under the 6. Doesn't matter that it's not going to go up to there because I would just pop it on a line of glue across there, and then it would still be a sort of loose leaf insert, which is what I usually tend to do. And then that would be that one. But those are our 2 cards today from this running free kit. Next time I think I'm going to come back with a little bit of Christmas again. I really did want to have a little play with that penguin party that I found. It's not the deluxe craft pad. It is from the original kit, but it is the same sheets that are in penguin party pad. So, you know, you would be able to still make those same cards by getting that set from Hunky Dory if you wanted to. Okay. I probably should just remind you, really, I never say it, but I don't work for Hunky Dory. I just love their stuff. Well, I just love crafting. So, you know, that, and lately it just seems that they've had so much really great kits, so many really great kits coming out, that I haven't really wanted to put their stuff down. So at the moment it does tend to be quite a lot of Hunky Dory, but you know, in the future there is plans to play with other things. I mean, obviously I've still got a lot of Crafters Companion, I do really love the company. I just lately haven't found anything that I've been really in love with, or a lot of it has been quite similar to what I have already, so there hasn't been the sort of real excitement for me to buy it really at the moment. But I'm sure, you know, moving forward there is going to be lots of things that I still want to buy from them, and I'm sure you're going to see some more demonstrations from well, not demonstrations, cards made with their bits on the channel at some point. But unless Hunky Dory just don't stop, I mean, it just seems to get better and better. If you've seen this decollage kit, you are going to fall in love with it, I tell you. It is absolutely gorgeous. But anyway, that is for another day, and the decollage kit is going to be on Hunky Dory TV tomorrow, I believe, so I'm not sure if it's going to be Anne-Marie. I'm hoping it is, because she really does make some really lovely cards with the, well, they all do, but with the decollage kit, so it should be quite a good session of crafting tomorrow if she's on. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back in, what day are we today? We're Tuesday today, so it should be Thursday, all being well, and we'll have another little play with Christmas. Till then, take care of yourselves. Happy crafting. Bye.